Hello and welcome to New Parents in Training. So today we got this baby Brezza one-step sterilizer. This one is the cheapest of the lineup in terms of for sterilizer and dryer, because the reason being this one only does sterilizing. So it doesn't have any drying capability. So today I'm just going to unbox and do a quick review. Hopefully it's going to be quick since it lacking one the function. Menu instruction, here's the lid, and here are all the accessories on the tray, the main basket, there's another tray, accessory tray, and here's the base of the machine. Alright, so that's it, here's the machine, and let me go wash it up and try it out. Alright, so now let's try out this machine. Well, first of all, let's talk about the different configuration that you can have with this particular sterilizer. Now here's the first configuration, which is the large basket with the accessory tray with the top basket and the lid all together. Now, however, this particular basket here can accommodate tall bottles and short bottles. However, if you put tall bottles in it, this tray cannot be in it and it's not going to fit. So if that's the case, you can just put all the accessory on top and have configuration like this. Or if you just want to sterilize your accessories, you can just do a setup like this. It's much shorter, and you just put all the accessory in here, and that will be it. Now, speaking of accessories, first is this tongue, where you can put on top here. So after you sterilize everything, the tray, basket, whatever you want to call it, is going to be hot. So it's easier to use the tongue to pick it up. And same thing with the accessory tray. You can use the tongue in it as well. Another accessory or accessories, they provide the bottle holder. So all this can be removed. They give you 6 of them. So you don't necessarily need it, but if your bottle is in one of those, it's gonna hold in place. It's not gonna wobble or fall or tip over. While I am at it, so the base here is where you're gonna fill water. Preferably use the still water because it has less mineral in there. So less chance that you have to do descale cleaning that often. You might still need to do descaling, but yeah, it's not going to be as often as if you use your tap water. Anyway, the amount of water you're supposed to put in there is 165 ml. But if you don't have measurement, it's quite simple. They have a max line on either side. So you just pour water until you reach the max line. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to demonstrate what kind of stuff you can actually fit in here. So right now I'll put all the small bottle or short bottle. So I have all kinds of short bottle we have at home. So this is one of the first thing I run into a little bit issue. Not all short bottles are made equal. Okay, so to us, this Dr. Brown 4-ounce bottle, we still will consider it as short bottle because it's much shorter compared to the 8-ounce one. Look at the size of it. But the thing is, with this smaller one, the 4-ounce, once I put it in there, the accessory tray is not gonna be able to fit well in there. So without it, you can just put the accessory tray on top and it sits perfectly. But with this Dr. Brown, it's just not going to be able to sit all that well. Yeah, so that's one of the issues you're running into. With all the tall bottles, and this will be considered as tall bottle. So I only have 5 tall bottles, but that's not an issue. So I just put some other ones in here. So earlier I showed you that you can put 6 short bottles. Now technically you can put as much as 8 bottles in there. So as long as you can find places where you can squeeze in between, as long as the bottles themselves be able to stand up, because the steam has to go through the bottle. So the bottle has to be the opening upside down like this in order to have all the steam to go inside the bottle to sterilize. But right now it's very comfortably 8 bottles with no issues. With the top basket, this is where you can put your accessories in, and then you can close the lid and turn on the machine and then let it run. Next, what we're gonna do is the actual sterilizing part. Again, use distilled water. You can just get it from your grocery store. Fill to max line. According to the manual instruction, you definitely need to wash all the bottles beforehand before you do sterilizing. This does not do any cleaning for you. So let me talk about this button right here before we start the sterilizing portion. Now this button is supposed to be the on button. Once you plug it in and press this button, it's supposed to run, and once it's finished, it will turn off by itself. Now here's the second issue I found. That's according to the manual instruction, but every time I plug this machine into the power source, it will automatically start running without me pressing this button. So that's a little bit of confusing, because what happens if you want to sterilize the bottle and you are stacking bottles in and you already plug in this machine and will just start running without you finish or putting the water in. So I don't know, it's kind of confusing in terms of how to operate this machine. I would prefer, once I plug into the power source, I have to physically press the button in order for it to turn on. Let me show you real quick what I mean. Like right now, this center is not lit. Once I turn the power on, I have a surge connector on the other end. Once I turn it on, this button will lit up, and then the machine will run by itself. Now, as you can see, the light is lit and the machine is already started sterilizing. So let me start the timer to time how long it will finish sterilizing. But as you can see, like I didn't even press the button. The button wasn't pressed, but then the machine just it will just start running by itself. It ended in about 12 minutes and 49 seconds. So once it's done, the light will just go off. It doesn't even beep or do any of the notification to tell you that it's done. Ooh, yeah, it's really hot and steamy inside. Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna lift this. Pretty sure all the water inside the base has been evaporated. So anyway, yeah, it's very steamy inside. Now, let's talk about the final thought about this machine. Well, I really don't know where to start. There's nothing really good about this machine I can talk about. Mainly just a bunch of cons. Like for one thing, the definition for short bottle for baby Brezza is just very confusing, because the Dr. Brown, the short bottle, is not really able to fit in here that well with the accessory tray on top. So that's one of the downside. Secondly, the on and off button is, what's the point of it if I don't have to press it? Like once I plug the cable into the power supply, and the machine will just run by itself. So I don't really understand why this button will be here. And also, if that is the case, now good thing I put the water inside first. Now what happens if someone will just plug this in and then fill the water and then fill all the bottle? Then this machine is already running. Then the base will be heated already. I'm not sure that's really good for the machine itself. Third thing is the time. It takes over almost 13 minutes to do sterilizing. A lot of different brands I have tested before drying portion will start kicking in right after 10 minutes. So that means the sterilizing only took about 10 minutes or so. So this is taking like 3 minutes longer. And this machine does not have drying capability. The lastly is the pricing. Now granted, this is the cheapest sterilizer provided by Baby Brezza. At the time of filming, was right under $80. Still very pricey because the fact that it does not have drying capability. For instance, Dr. Brown, same price range, but it has the sterilizing and drying capability. And Public, their older model, also had the same function, sterilizing plus drying, but at $64, $65 range. So this machine is definitely more expensive than everybody else, considering of lack of functions. Would I recommend this to any parents? No. Definitely just skip this product. Either pay extra to get the one that with the drying capability, or just skip the Baby Brezza sterilizer altogether and just buy a different brand with a cheaper price and still runs just as good. So anyway, this is my review of the Baby Brezza sterilizer only. If you have any questions, comment down below. Until next time, bye.